Are you as successful as you want to be? Are you the best version of yourself? Or is it place for improvement? In 1982, I was down and out and I had no idea what to do. So the business was failing that I was in. My mom stood security for that business. And I knew that she's going to lose a lot of money because of me. So mentally, I was not in the right place at that stage in my life. But I was desperate to become successful. I had no idea because I had no reference in terms of what real success is, but I could see that there were people that were successful. I read a book by Mandino, The Greatest Secret in the World. And the reason why I read that book was simply because it's the greatest secret in the world. And I wanted to find out what is that secret. But the more I read it, the less I got the answer. Until approximately the fourth, fifth time that I read it, there's a verse in scroll 4 that says, I'm not on this earth by chance. I'm here for a purpose. And that purpose is not to shrink into a grain of sand, but to grow into a mountain. And henceforth, I'll apply all my efforts to become the highest mountain of them all. And I will strain my potential until it cries for mercy. I read that verse over and over and over, several times. And each and every time, there was a new meaning to exactly the same verse. And I think this is where the secret comes in, because success is subjective. It's not objective. It is our mindset. That night, I realized that I cannot be successful if I'm not taking responsibility for every single action that has happened in the past, as well as what is happening at the moment, and that is going to happen in the future. And unless I take that responsibility, there's no ways that I can strain my potential. It's like you say to someone else, do the push-ups on my behalf so that I can become fit. That night I made a commitment, and the commitment was really straightforward. To become the best version of myself. I had no idea what I could become. I had no idea what success really looks like. What I wrote down to me was, it was an impossible dream. It was not possible. But yet, I was willing to change my belief system and my mindset, because I realized that by taking the responsibility for what I'm doing, my past cannot be my future. My past is not representative of my future on condition that I change my mindset. Your current situation is a perfect reflection of your past, because it's the decisions that you've made in the past, it's the choices that you've made that brings you to where you are today. If you are not prepared to take responsibility like I did at that stage in my life, you're not going to change. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. That's what Einstein says. And it's true. But you see, yes, the problem, we don't see it. We can't see it because we are not aware, because no one has showed us how to tap into critical thinking, how to become aware of who we are and what we are capable of doing. And by the way, we don't know what we're capable of doing. It's only by starting with that path that we say this goal is literally impossible. But yet I'm going to go for it. It's an impossible dream that I've got. In 1982, my impossible dream, believe it or not, was to have 5 properties. That to me was so wicked. Because out of this world, to imagine that you've got 5 properties where you're collecting a rent from, and you've got a property, the 6th property that is paid, that you are staying there. It was beyond my wildest dreams. In 2004, I took on a challenge. I bought 49 properties in 94 days without costing me a cent. But you know what? The difference was, that was when I started with my journey. But I started with my mindset. And as you start building it, and you build the confidence, and you get the skills and more skills, and you start stacking these skills on top of one another, guess what's happening? You are becoming the best version of yourself. And the best version of yourself today is not going to be the best version in a year from now on condition that you strain your potential. And you're not going to strain your potential, my friend, unless you're prepared to take responsibility. And this is the key. This is the foundation of the wealth creator strategy. It's the intelligent use of limited resources to go from where we want to be in the shortest possible time with the least amount of risk. That there are levels. And as you get to the next level, guess what? The responsibility are going to become bigger. It's not going to become smaller. Success is to take responsibility. If you're not prepared to do that, forget about success. Forget about having what you want. Forget about the dreams. Start taking responsibility. Don't blame the government. Don't blame your wife or your husband or your children or your parents or the bloody economy. The moment that you blame someone, you know that you're not taking responsibility. It's that simple. But then at the same time, work on your mindset. It's your attitude. It's the way that you think, feel, and do. That's going to give you a result. That result is representative of who you are and what your mindsets and belief systems are. Because you think only what your belief systems allow you to think. We call it meta-programs. And that meta-program is vested within your energy system, within the body. So if you've got a negative belief system, it's going to reflect in your life as a negative outcome. But do you know that you can control that? That you can change it, but only you can change it. No one can change that on your behalf. They cannot do the push-ups for you, thinking that you are going to become a better version and be stronger. You have to do it. No one else. It's your responsibility. It's your life. You were given this gift, this immense gift. But most people are buggering it up because they don't want to take that responsibility. But they want to be successful. They want to be happy. They want to make money. They want to have great relationships. They want to have great health. It's not going to work, my friend, unless you are prepared to take responsibility. And responsibility starts by having self-control. It's one of the gifts. It's a gift. Just like love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, self-control. It's a gift. But you have to develop that gift. It's a skill. You have to develop that skill. If you're not prepared to do it, someone else is going to take control of your mind, of your life, of your brain. If you're giving your money away to someone else thinking that they're going to make you rich, you are either not lacquer or your belief systems is at fault. Because that person's job is not to make you rich. That person's job is to survive, to make money for himself and for his company. It's not to help you. The moment that we change that belief system where you know that you have to rely on you and only you, that's when you're going to take the responsibility. But that means that you have to be in charge and in self-control with your mind. Because if you've got a negative attitude, a negative outcome is going to be the result of that negative attitude. Because what we think, feel, and do is going to show in our lives. It shows in our relationships. It shows in our finances. It shows in our investments. It shows in our health. It shows everywhere. You cannot, the universe does not lie. You can try to fake it. You can try to bluff it. You can try to be great on Facebook and on Instagram and on YouTube. But you know that you are bloody lying because the moment that someone calls you, you know that you are fake. Or am I wrong? You know, I've taken on the challenge. 100 Rand, 500,000 that I'm going to do. I've made it publicly. I'm going to use a wealth creator strategy. And then I'm going to take the 500,000. I'm going to turn it into a 10 million property portfolio. And then within a 5-year term, and then I'm going to take that and see if I can't get to a total portfolio of 20 million. Do you know that there are people that is following me? Do you know that I'm proving that through financial audited statements? And yet on Facebook and on YouTube, when I talk about the results, and I show people where I'm signing contracts, and I show people the property that I've just bought for more than 10 million, people will say, "Honest, you are lying." No. Vincent, my son-in-law, came to me because he's handling the marketing. And he said, "Dad, we have to react on this. Or what are you going to do? I don't see that you do something about it." And I said to him, "Vincent, these keyboard warriors, remember, if you try to play their game, the moment that you're going to answer," so this is actually for my students, I'm giving you a tip. Do not answer those people because you have to get down to their level of operation, of their energy level. Do you know that they are masters on that level? They've practiced that negativity so much, and there's so many facets in their lives and so many different ways. There's no ways that you can compete against them, because whatever you're going to say, they're going to cup you with the next one and the next one. I said, don't answer them. To you, my student or my friend, if someone makes a bad comment or call you a liar while you have all the proof in the world, then don't answer that person, because you know the truth. If the proof is there and the auditors have proven it and the attorneys are there to, when you sign the contract and they see the money flows, and who do you need to prove anything to? Because if you are authentic and you talk the truth and you are yourself, you don't have to step down into that energy level, because that energy vampire is going to eat you alive. Your job is to protect your mind at all costs, the higher faculties of the mind, the higher mind powers. That's your job. You have to take responsibility, because the moment that person gets into your head, guess who's in control of your life? That person. But it's not only in terms of keyboard warriors, it's about everything in life. It's when you walk down the street and someone bump into you or make a negative comment. Remember, I've told this story so many times to my children and even my grandchildren. They are small, at 6. Atala came to me with a thing, and I illustrate a point to her that I want you to understand. And I gave her a little gift. And I say, don't take this. This is my gift to you, but don't take it. She could not understand. At 6, you don't understand this. But eventually she got it, and I said, take this gift. And she said, no, I'm not going to take it. And then I asked her a question, and I said, Atala, what are you busy learning here? And I explained it. You see, here's the thing. If someone gives you a gift and you take it, then that gift becomes yours. But if you do not take that gift, to whom does it belong? It belongs to the person that is giving that to you. So if someone gives you negativity and you don't take it, to whom does that negativity belong? That keyboard warrior, by ignoring that person, by not reacting on his energy level, to whom does that negativity, that energy belongs? It's not yours. Do not let other people get into your mind. One of the gifts that we've got is called self-control. The moment that you can control yourself, that starts with your mind. That starts with your belief system, by becoming aware of your potential, of your greatness. My friend, that is when life starts. That is when progress starts. It is not when you dwell on the negative. It's not when you dwell in the past. And by taking the past and you bring it into the present, that's the only way that it can operate. And that energy repeats itself and repeats itself. And I see it with people. They know what to do, but they don't do it. Why not? They are not prepared to learn the skills in order to master themselves, or their investments, or their health, or their relationships. But it's your job if you want to become the best version of yourself. So let me ask you a question. What are you going to do? Are you going to do what everyone else, or most people, keep on bitching and moaning and complaining about how flippant and fair life is and how difficult life is? Or are you going to take control? Are you going to take responsibility for everything, for every thought? And I know it's difficult because I've been through it since 1987 and I'm still working on it. Because here's the trick. I will never stop learning. You cannot stop learning, because the moment that you stop learning, you're going to rot. You can't grow anymore. The first need, human need that we've got, basic need, is that need to grow, to become the best version of yourself. This is my purpose. What is your purpose? And I'm working on that every day. Vincent is standing over there. I guarantee you that he's going to say, my dad is doing what he preaches every day of his life. Why? Because it's my life. It's my life in this form that I ever have. It becomes my responsibility. I see people are wasting their lives because they don't want to take responsibility. They don't want to learn to handle their mind. They don't want to learn how to use their mind powers and how to use that to advance themselves, their families, their societies, and the world in large. No, they are freaking lazy. And then they want to tell other people that are successful that they're not actually successful. Shit. Well, so are you going to believe those people. Ignore them. Carry on with your life. By the way, I do not read my Facebook stories and my YouTube stories. I've got a team of people that handles that checks for advertisements and for stuff like that. So if you're a keyboard warrior, you are wasting your energy. I'm not going to accept your gift. Keep it. I don't want it. So what are you going to do with your life? How are you going to handle energy vampires? Do you know that you've got the right to say no? No, I don't want it. I don't accept that. Because you're in control of your mind, of your belief systems, and of your future, and your destiny. But there's a condition. We call it responsibility. Are you a responsible person? Let me know in the comment. I'll see you in the next one.